at 9:05. Things are just, we're coming along with some weather, and it's going to be a pretty cool one. Feeling a little, I don't know, dare I say fall-like, Chris?
I think that you can.
I can say it, but I wouldn't be right.
No, you would be right.
Oh, okay.
Because this weekend we had a high of 74 and 76. That the average temperature to start off October, 78 degrees. So that is right in the heart of fall, baby. Like, seriously, yeah, like early October, it doesn't get more fall-like than that. And temperatures are actually going to fall a little bit more, but I want to show you this graphic. Check this out. 76, 74, as I just mentioned, but where were we before that? 93, 93, 94, 95, 101. Just a wow factor that we've gone from a high last Monday of 101 to a high this Monday right around 80 degrees. So what a difference it is there. So may you be around Charlotte or in Fort Mill, Rock Hill. What a thrill. But even today, this morning has quite the chill. We have some rain showers that are actually starting to fall right around the hills and mills. And it's especially areas west of Charlotte that are going to see most of the rain over the coming days. Rain's going to be the big story, but also rain and clouds coupled together will make things cooler. So it's all coupled into one story where that cooler air is all associated with this. That what you're looking at right now is just widespread rain, mainly down to the southwest of us. And one of the bigger stories, the weather story over the weekend, was the flooding in Alabama that one person actually tragically lost their life. So it really shows that there is another chance for life-threatening flash flooding yet again down to our south and southwest. Current temperatures at 71. I think this is actually the best part of the day. We're seeing a decent amount of sunshine, but as we work way through the afternoon, clouds are going to increase. So enjoy the sunshine while we have it. There is all in all going to be more clouds in the sky than sunshine or blue sky over the next 7 days. So yeah, this is definitely going to be more of a dreary forecast tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see the sunshine whatsoever. Last time Charlotte actually had back-to-back mornings this chilly, though, June 8th and 9th. So it's been a while. 67 degrees is what we hit this morning. Same thing yesterday. And then our highs today, right around 80. Now, here's the deal. The sunshine is going to help us warm up pretty quickly into the lower 80s. But a lot of us with the cloud cover only getting into the mid to the upper 70s. So it just really depends. So as Jane had asked, is like, well, fall-like, is that correct? Absolutely it is, because it's not just tomorrow. Today, September 25th, technically would be a fall day. That would be like day 3 or 4 of the autumnal equinox. And then August 28th is where we actually typically average 67 degrees. So our lows are even more like late August, which is still unusual for this time of year. 80 degrees, 76, 78, then back to 81. That's what we're expecting over the next 4 days, where 81 is literally the last day of summer. So yeah, no, it's not feeling like the month that it should. Well, a lot of us aren't complaining, though, because we're so hot. But the problem is we're not going to have the most pretty days. But in my opinion, I kind of like this weather just because it gives you a chance to reset. I actually was very still active on Saturday. I walked the dog because I had no paw guilt. So that was nice. And even if you have some rain, like tomorrow I think it's more widespread rain, don't get me wrong. But even the light rain that we saw on and off the weekend still really wasn't too bad, too much of a hindrance. It wasn't really a nuisance rain whatsoever. But we are going to see some much heavier rain going forward over the next couple of days. Real quick explainer, cold air damming is the best way that the Carolinas can stay cool. And it's all because of a flow from around a high pressure system that blasts winds out of the northeast. And then meanwhile, you also have moisture coming in from the south. This moisture drives into that colder air and it condenses and precipitates. This allows for widespread rain and can also lead to some big time flooding issues that we could potentially see in the western side of the Carolinas. So that's the major story there. As I mentioned, there was a big-time flooding event in Alabama. Well, eastern Alabama, most of Georgia, and part of the Florida Panhandle are under flood watches for today. And watch these areas of green inch their way a little bit further east over the next couple of days because of our rain potential. This stationary front down to the south, and as I mentioned, there's a high-pressure system in the north, so that's that classic cold air damming, isn't really going to break up. This is just going to feed constant rain, especially through tomorrow and then again on Wednesday. So today and tomorrow, actually it's almost trending that we have more wet hours than dry ones, especially west of Charlotte. Now, the further east you go, it's kind of the opposite. So our excessive rainfall impacts, we do have a low chance for flooding tomorrow, and then still a low chance on Wednesday. I think that tomorrow, late day, or even Wednesday, depending on what we see, could be upgraded to a moderate threshold, because over the next 5 days, I think the bottom line is we're seeing 1 to 3 inches of rain from Charlotte and areas west. Meanwhile, less than an inch likely for a lot of areas further east that you go. But this model that I'm about to show you shows a much bigger impact. Check this out. This is showing even up to 1 inch to 2 inches of rain by noon tomorrow. That's a really wet morning in the Western Carolinas. But if I extend this all the way until the early morning hours on Thursday, you're seeing over 3 to even up to 4 inches of rain in some parts of Western North Carolina and the mountains. So I just want everyone to be advised that flooding, I think, is going to become the big story, especially if we add another detail on top of this. So let's go through our futurecast, and it'll back up what I just showed you. On and off light rain showers possible through today, but then we start to fill in the gaps, especially later on this evening and through the overnight. Look at that widespread rain. Some areas, say around Morganton, are going to see the rain for multiple hours, even I would say half the day tomorrow. Then by noon, I think that we see a majority of the I-77 corridor taken up by rain, only exclusion some parts of South Carolina, and then on and off rain through the overnight heading into Wednesday. On and off rain heading into your Wednesday late morning in the afternoon, and then on and off rain will also continue heading into Thursday. So it's just constant pulses of rain that we're seeing over the next few days. Meanwhile, I have another thing we're watching. Over the next 2 to 7 days, I think more so closer to Friday, we could have a low pressure system right off the Carolina coast. So dare I say our next tropical system? Well, it could happen. So this is showing a low pressure system that moves onshore or around shore on Friday heading into Saturday. This is also not great if you have any beach plans this weekend. So that's going to keep a lot of clouds and rain regardless if it gets a name or not. And I think it still will be pretty breezy as well. This time of year, we're always looking for a closed low. With how warm the water temperatures are, they can quickly circulate into a tropical storm or even a hurricane a little bit later on in the season. So regardless, if this comes to fruition, we break the cold air dam and get warmer by the weekend, but you still have more rain chances. And flooding doesn't happen just overnight oftentimes. It's usually multiple days of rain that could lead to a big time flooding event, or at least the historic ones. Tropical Storm Dexter officially formed at 11 o'clock. Dexter's not going to really hurt anyone, unlike the TV character, Dexter. And that's going to be in the northern Atlantic over the next few days. I think it could last well through Friday, so this will be our longest lasting tropical storm of the season. But it's not going to be an issue except for turning up some fishes and, of course, any ships that have to go through there. Next up, you have Aaron, Fernan. So that just to let you know, that one's going to mix a lot of news anchors and meteorologists up. Fernan is how you pronounce that one. Fernan, yeah.
Fernando, but
Yes,
Fernan.
very good. Yeah, because the three languages that the National Weather Service uses for these lists are French, Spanish, and English. So because that's primarily the languages that are spoken around the Atlantic and the Caribbean. So that's why they mainly go with those. So you might hear some names that are like Isaías and Humberto, and that's the reason why it's not just the typical ones that we know, like Karen and Jerry. Which, by the way, I mentioned this before. If Karen is a big deal, the internet is going to go crazy with Karen jokes. All right, so a 7-day forecast, wrapping this up with a bow. We have the mid to the upper 70s on Tuesday and Wednesday, either side of 80 really most of this week, and then we're back to the mid 80s on Saturday and Sunday. We could be back to 90 by about day 9, 10 of the forecast, but that brings us to the middle part of August. So yeah, it's really incredible that we go from 26 days in a row of 90 plus to now more 70s than 80s in the near term, and eventually we'll be back to normal. But yeah, we really flipped the switch, completely bypassed August and went on to September, but at least just for the next week or so.
What is up for the first day of school?
Oh, I know. It was not motivational down in Rock Hill,
No.
Fort Mill, and the Ills.
And the ills.
Let's give you some motivation here. Do you
Okay.
remember your first day of school?
I sure do.
We got photos.
Is that you? Who's that?
Let me see right there.
The
Yeah.
first picture is
Yep.
Chris Mulcahy.
I don't have the close-up version of that,
It's
but if you look
okay.
really closely, I have shorter hair on the top and longer hair in the back.
Ooh.
That technically is a mullet.
You're partying,
Party
party in the
in
back.
the back.
Yeah, so I didn't know at the time, but I
You're
also
partying.
had just recently at that point gotten the cassette tape. There was a single, "Don't Break My Heart," my achy breaky heart. This is actually out in Montana. So I grew up most of my childhood in Massachusetts, but up until the age of 8, I lived in Montana. So this is Great Falls, Montana,
Good.
and that's good old Daddy Mulcahy. Love you, man. Bring me my first day of school. So yeah, no, I remember this day well.
I just love these kids. Look at these kids.
Man,
They're
who are all those people?
Who are they?
Cuties.
Look at Miss Carlene, just
Aw,
adorable.
You are adorbs.
Thank you.
Total
Thank you. I love
adorbs.
the hair accessory now.
Yep.
My mom loved putting hair accessories in my hair. It was that age.
Yep, and I like my little checkerboard.
We both got a little bit of
top.
gingham going on. I
Yeah,
got a
with a
little
little
bit.
heart logo, or another
Styling.
heart patch on my apron dress.
Is the one to the
Cute.
far right
Straight back.
James?
Gotta be
That's our James
James.
Brierton.
Yeah, James
Yes.
Brierton. You might see here. It's in the Impact
Yeah.
Studio. I
And
was
Nick,
like,
of course, Sturdivant had to put in 2.
He had to give you two
He had to give you
photos
2
to choose
photos.
from.
of course he did.
Of course he did.
Is this his dual personality?
No,
I
that
had
is
to,
true.
You know, so I had to show both.
Is there a pick and an ick?
There's a pic in
Yeah, which one? I don't know. The one to the right is smiling, so I guess that
Yeah.
would be the
With
pick.
the turtleneck.
The-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
I love
God.
it.
Turtle.
Love it.
I never liked turtlenecks. It felt like a really weak guy was trying to put his hands around you
really?
like
Yeah, I
that.
don't-
Yeah.
I didn't like
Oh,
that.
like it was
Couldn't
so
either.
constricting.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
All right. Well, that was good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Good remember.
And here's
good
us
to
now.
remember
Yep.
the school.
This is what we look like now.
All right, here we are. Everyone's still beautiful.
Oh, you're
Keep it
beautiful,
childlike.
Jane.
Keep it
I love the
childlike.
bangs.
Never.
The bangs.
Never grow
Still
up.
rocking the bangs.
Yeah, because I have a 4-head. I mean, I should say a 5-head. I
No,
have a
you
5-head.
don't.
You do not have
That's
a
why
5-head.
I have a 5-head.
I've known 5 heads. You don't have a
I
5
have a
head.
Sade head. You don't know because I covered it with bangs.
It is crazy. I do have a 4-head. I think that's crazy. Yeah. See,
Ah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how you know. See.
No, I
Huh?
got
Really?
too much going on.
I was gonna.
You have a 3-head.
Yeah, oh,
3
Carlene
heads.
has a 3 head, 3.5 head.
3.5 head.
Yeah,
See?
there it is.
5.
No.
People watch her and like, what's happening? Yeah, see, I told you only had a 4 head.
No, I have 5.
A 5 head.
That's all. That's all of it.
Do you know what that just makes you one better than us?
I mean, I
Or
so
1.5.
smart.
I
You
like
have
to
a big
say
brain.
it's the room for the brain.
Right.
It's
You're
all
so
room
smart.
for the brain. All right, Chris, thank you for bringing us that cooler forecast.
No problem.
Too cool for school here.
Too cool
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
school.
Yeah.